That's all live on Joy News Desk. With me, Daniel Dazi. We'll cross over and take you live to an ongoing Star Ghana Foundation event, which is focusing on giving for change. Let's take you there now.
I'm very happy with the remarks that you made about the position of philanthropy, because that's what it is all about in Ghanaian traditional society. And if I hear you right, this project has a great future ahead of us. It may be a game changer, a changer of all projects. It's fantastic. But I would like to say, as I said, thank you very much to Star Ghana, the foundation, and the West Africa Civil Society. I'm going to take this off, actually, because otherwise I have to do it all over again because nobody understands me. And the Africa Civil Society for inviting me to this launch. And also I would like to say thank you to the Dutch and international partners. For instance, Wilde Ganzen and the ICON. Wilde Ganzen is a Dutch funding organization with a Christian background, and it basically means wild geese. And they had a commercial to invite donors, which started already 50 years ago. And I remember that as a child, I saw these commercials. I was only 10 or 15 years old, I think, or maybe 20. And I can assure you that is very long ago. And I was always impressed with it, because it was always the wild geese flying somewhere. And of course, the implication was that they would fly to other continents to have contacts and help other people. And I would like to thank, of course, all other partners for working so hard and making this alliance possible. Now, the next phrase I'm going to read is something that I would like to ask your attention for, because of a very special reason. I'm going to read it. The theme for this event, Promotion of Social Justice, Philanthropy for Inclusive and Sustainable Development in Ghana, Examining Prospects, Challenges and Lessons, that's the name of it, is well chosen because it provides an opportunity for all key stakeholders in this project to engage and appreciate each other's responsibilities and challenges, and how to work in a concerted manner to engender effective project outcomes delivery. This is a very beautiful phrase, but what actually does it mean? I find that very, very difficult. And this is not a thing that I have written, but my wiser and more intelligent colleague at the embassy did. I'm not going to mention his name. I don't think he's here in the room today, and apparently for a very good reason. But I remember the Star, when I visited the Star Foundation, that I said, one thing please in this project which you should not do is use jargon. Just say that a tomato is a tomato and not a round objective which has a high nutritious value. Please, please. Anyway, but I mean, it is wonderful as I could read it right here. Now, I cannot make it too long, but I want to tell you something about the background of this sort of funding system in the Netherlands. First of all, the value. This program is very much value-based too, Mr. Chairperson, because the Netherlands believes that a strong civil society is essential for a good functioning democracy and an inclusive society. And hence the Netherlands supports civil society organizations to contribute to the reduction of inequality, combating corruption, strengthen the voice of the citizens is very important too, and stand up for their rights. Because indeed, a smoothly functioning and inclusive society is a basis for prosperity, stability, economic growth and development. Let me put it in simpler words. In many countries, the state is the main actor. But in free societies, and free societies have citizens, not subjects. It's a different thing. Citizens, free society have citizens. The citizens can organize themselves and stand up for themselves as well, alongside the state, and maybe even for the same purpose, to achieve the same things or to achieve other things, but they themselves have a responsibility as citizens to work for their society. Apart from the state, as I said, and apart from the private sector, that is the civil society. And that is a fundamental part of our society too in the Netherlands, and I think it is also a fundamental pillar of Ghana, because Ghana is a free country. Ghana is a free country. I mean, you have very much freedom over here. It is like we have in the Netherlands. And I've always found that a fantastic thing. Because it is not always the case. We do not find that in all countries. In some countries, hence, the civil space, as they call it, or the space for civil society is going down, is shrinking. But that is not the case here in Ghana, and I'm very happy to see that, and that makes it also that I have found it an enormous pleasure to serve here as an ambassador for over the last 5 years. And please make sure that it doesn't change and that you keep it after my departure, which is actually on the 12th of August this year. Anyway, but this support of civil society is vital, and particularly given the fact that, as I said, civic space is under pressure. And against this background, the Netherlands set up the Strengthening Civil Society Framework. That's basically the broader program. A successor program of the Dialogue and Dissent program. That was the previous funding system between 2015 and 2020, and the new one, Strengthening Civil Society Framework, is for 21-25, to support the civil society and the CSOs worldwide, in many, many countries. And this new policy framework gives special attention to civil society and the role it can play in achieving the 17 SDGs by 2030. Now that is a very vague sentence too, because SDGs can, of course, as we all know, mean anything, because they are very wide. But I think we should focus on the role of civil society. Now, the power of voice partnerships, under which this initiative was funded, falls under the policy framework. And that took 825 million euros, and that is a lot of cities, I can assure you. That's more than almost 6 billion cities, and it is for the duration of 5 years. So the power of voice partnerships, that is the umbrella for your partnerships, and that has started on the 1st of January 2021. And of course, that is basically, those partnerships are there between Dutch NGOs, international NGOs, and NGOs in countries like Ghana. Of course, you have the partnership basically oriented and founded and formed around a theme, and they work and are active in many countries. Now, in Ghana alone, we have about 8 of these partnerships. 21-25, and you are part of one of them, and that is the Giving for Change partnerships.
You're live on JoyNews desk. Ongoing currently is the Star Ghana Foundation's launch of the Giving for Change project. It's based on promoting social justice through local philanthropy, how we ourselves can contribute to making a change in our society. Currently speaking is the Dutch High Commissioner to Ghana.